Hey, what's up? It's Apple here, and I'm gonna go over the most annoying things in Adopt Me for builders, so let's see if it relates to you guys. So the first one is when people pick me up while I'm building. So I like to be a baby while I build because I get to, eat and drink while I'm building, and I can get some money so I can do some builds for me. But you get these people that just come in and they just like pick you up and think it's funny to walk away with you. And to me, that is not cool, guys. Not cool at all. The next one is when people delete the items that you try to place. I don't know if you guys ever had it, but somebody will say like, hey, could you build for me? And then every time you try to place something, they decide like, hey, maybe don't use that piece and just delete it. It's like, how do you want me to build if you are just going to delete everything I put? Next one is when people move items that you place for no reason at all. It's like, okay, you want me to build a glitch. Okay, I gotta put this floor down, but you're just gonna start moving stuff. So I don't know if people are just messing around and think it's funny, but I don't think it's funny because I put a lot of work into my builds. So don't move the stuff that I place. If you don't like it, tell me afterwards. But I promise you, my builds come together in the end. If you don't think it does, then don't have me build for you. That's all I gotta say with that one. Next we have when people think I should pay for their builds. So I literally get this a lot. People say, hey, could you build for me? I'm like, okay. And then they'll be like, okay, could you pay me money so you can build? And it's like, okay, I'm putting in a lot of work building for you. I cannot pay for it too. That doesn't make sense. So I'm gonna work for you and pay for you, and I don't even know who you are for one, and that just doesn't seem right. Come on, guys, like, if somebody's gonna build for you, don't ask them to pay for it. It's just very rude. I mean, no joke, this literally does happen to me a lot. I'd say at least twice a week I get somebody to say, hey, could you build for me? And I say, yeah, sure. And they're like, okay, pay me. No, 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 honey, no. So this next one is when people don't tell me that they're logging off. Now I understand that sometimes people disconnect, and it's not their fault. But ran into people that they just log off without saying anything, and it becomes a problem because I'll have like pieces there, and then the next time they log in, they have to delete it for me, and then they lose money on it. So they're actually hurting themselves when they do it. But my biggest pet peeve with this is that when you log off and I'm in build mode in your house, it actually glitches me like crazy. And most of the time, I can't get out of the glitching until I get off and then get back on. So like this is what happens. I can't see anything in the school here. If I was in my house, I wouldn't be able to click on anything. I have all these tasks that is now just gone to waste because I have to log off and log back in just because you didn't tell me that you were logging off. I understand that sometimes it's unavoidable, but if you can avoid it, just let me know that you're getting off, and we're all good. So this one is when people take over my recording, I have to restart. I don't mind you saying like hi YouTube or like hey what's going on. It's not a big deal, but we have issues when you start jumping in my face and I can't do anything, and it's not very nice. Izzie's doing such a good job here jumping on me, and like literally like this is what happens. Sometimes it'll be like 5 people that are literally jumping in my camera and I cannot do anything. That's why I do spend a lot of time in private servers. It's the only way that I get anything done. So this one, when people think I can build a castle with $100, okay, come on people. So I have a lot of people that ask me, hey, could you build me a castle? Sure, no problem. They're like, okay, come build. And then they literally only put like 50, $100, $200. And it's like, that's not gonna be enough. I'm like, well, why not? That should be enough. And they literally fight about it. So if you're not a builder, you need to understand that the nicer things that you have and the bigger builds that you have, it's going to cost more than $100, okay? So like my castle, you know, I probably spent over $20,000 on it, no, like easily. Most castles I build are over $5,000, so just keep that in mind. This is when people spam asking to help build. So when I do my building, most of the time people ask me to build, and if I don't know how your building style is, I really don't want you to build, because I've had people where I'm like, okay, I'll be nice, let's have them build, and they build something and it's like just does not fit within what I'm building, or I'll have them build and they just place random items. So if I don't know you, I'm not gonna let you build, and if our builds don't match, I'm not gonna let you build. I'm sorry. It just doesn't work. Now Apple and Unicorn there, they know my style and they're really good builders too, so we can actually build together and it's easy peasy. They're just doing a great reenactment for me. So when people think it's funny to kill me, this happens a lot too. I don't understand what their purpose is, but they'll just pick me up and throw me off, or they'll run out and push me off, and it's just no fun. It really isn't. So another annoying thing is when people spam trade requests. Okay, so if you trade me and I decline it, it means I do not want to trade you, okay? Yes, I could turn off my trade request, but sometimes I need to trade people. But it's just common courtesy, if somebody declines your trade request, do not trade them again, or ask them like, hey, do you want to trade this for this? And if they say no, leave them alone, okay? I see people spam people all the time, and spamming is not a good term. So you do not want to be known as a spammer. It's just not a good thing. This next one is when people spam family joins. Okay, so most of the time I don't invite people I don't know into my family, because as I said before, people try to kill me, they throw me off, and all this sorts of stuff. So if I don't know you and I'm building, I'm not going to invite you to my family, okay? You can ask somebody else in my family. If they know you, they can invite you, sure, no problem. But you don't need to stand there and just spam it. It's so annoying. And then this one, when people constantly teleport. Okay, I have these people that, you know, don't get me wrong, I love all my friends, but some of them, and even people I don't know that are in the family, they literally are like 2 feet away and they just teleport and teleport and teleport. And sometimes when I'm placing a block, it moves the block. Sometimes if I'm on the edge, it will push me off the edge and I will die. And then it's just a big pain to have people teleport non-stop. So if you have no purpose of teleporting, don't teleport. If you are literally right in another room, don't teleport, just walk over. It's really easy. Oh, another big pet peeve is when people stand in your face while building. Okay, so while you're building, and you ever have those people that just want to stand right in your face, okay? How on earth are you going to be able to build if you have somebody right in front of your face? Sometimes if I'm doing like little detailed work where you have to be like, have your camera like zoomed in or something, and you're trying to place it the perfect way, and then you just have these people that put their face right there. You cannot do anything, it's impossible. So this is one of my personal things that I don't like to do. So people ask me to duplicate builds. So I put on YouTube a lot of my builds where I do speed builds. So if you want to know how to build it, you can just build it yourself. So if you want to do any of those, you can do it. I'm not going to redo them because I personally do not like to duplicate any builds. If you want somebody else's build, go for it, but I'm not going to copy builds. I like to make everything unique and authentic, and If you want a castle, I'm going to build you your own castle. I'm not going to copy anybody else's. I'm not going to do anybody's ideas. I'm not going to do my ideas from before. I might add, you know, some similarities, but I'm not going to duplicate anything. I like everything to be unique. And some people just don't understand that, and Unicorn is doing a great job showing how this does work. Sometimes I get yelled at for doing this, and I just walk away. Sometimes it's best to just walk away when people get angry, and I don't know why you get angry if you're getting a free build. Wouldn't it be better to have a unique thing? I mean, that's just my idea. This one I get a lot too. So when people think it should take 15 seconds to build a castle, so literally no joke, they'll be like, okay, can you build me something? I start building, and then 15 seconds later they'll be like, are you done? No. They'll go away for 15 more seconds, come back, are you done? Could you honestly not see that I am not done? Okay, so this is usually the point. If they do that, you know, a handful of times, you can tell that it's going to be hard to build for them. So then you just have to stop what you're doing and say, I'm sorry, I can't build for you, and walk away. There's so many people that could have had some really awesome builds, but when they start that, I just can't do it. When people expect you to drop everything you are doing, now I get this a lot too. I'll be building for somebody else, and with me it's kind of a first come first serve basis. So if I'm online, nobody else is online. If you're the first one on and you say, hey, come build for me, sure, I'm gonna go build for you. Second person, you know, that comes on, hey, can you build? When I'm done with this, that's fine. But then you got some where it's like, no, you need to stop and you need to come build for me. No, I don't. You should have been on earlier if you wanted me to build. You know, it's first come first serve. But that's just how I do it. You know, I don't like to make schedules, because if I make schedules and say, hey, we'll build it this time, then the people never show up, or there's just a big old mumbo jumbo. So there's no point in that. I'm sure other people have had this before many times, where people just expect you to drop everything you're doing for them. So this is my all-time, you know, biggest pet peeve here. The worst thing of all, taking credit for someone else's builds. Guys, if somebody builds for you, don't take credit for it. Unicorn's doing a good job here explaining to Izzie that, oh yeah, I built this. You know, it's like, no, you didn't. I built this. And honestly, Unicorn and Izzie would never do this stuff, but they are doing an awesome job reenacting it. But if you don't build something, don't say that you built it, because that's kind of like intellectual property, okay? Somebody designed this for you. You didn't design it. Don't say you did it. It's not cool whatsoever. And when I find out that somebody does that, first thing I do is click unfriend, and we're done, because I don't like that stuff. So I just want to say thank you to Unicorn and Izzie for reenacting what happens. And this has been the most annoying things in Adopt Me for Builders. And please note that Unicorn and Izzie do not do any of these crazy things. They are awesome people. So thanks so much for watching.